Have you ever been in the midst of a hurricane or perhaps a wildfire or an earthquake? I've weathered many hurricanes and each one has been a heart-stopping encounter. The hurricane season spanning from May to November always brings with it a sense of dread. Those of us living in the hurricane zones are glued to the weather reports, hoping and praying that we are not in the path of the next big one. When a hurricane looms on the horizon threatening to wreak havoc where I live, I turn to prayer, and I'm not alone. Christians everywhere start praying, asking God to steer the hurricane away from us. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. But this raises a question. If God shifts the hurricane away from us, only for it to devastate another city, is that fair? And what about the Christians in the other city who are praying for the same thing? Whose prayers should God answer? But let's take a step back from the weather for a moment. In America, we face certain natural disasters depending on where we live. California battles wildfires every summer. Florida, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Nebraska are notorious for tornadoes. And then there's the heavy snowfall that poses a threat in most states, except for a lucky few like Florida, Louisiana, Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. And earthquakes, well, they can strike anywhere, anytime. This isn't just about the weather or natural disasters, though. Just as we prepare for these natural disasters, we must also be prepared for the disasters in our own lives. We will face tribulations as long as we're in this world, and we must be prepared to manage their effects. In the book of John, chapter 16, verse 33, Jesus tells his disciples, "In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world." He's reminding us that tribulation is inevitable, but we shouldn't worry. We should be calm and confident because he has overcome the world. Just as we prepare for natural disasters, we must be prepared for the hardships in our lives. Living in different parts of the world exposes us to different natural disasters. It's an unavoidable fact of life. Similarly, we are all exposed to life's tribulations. It's like being in the path of a hurricane or an earthquake. You can't prevent it from happening, but you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally for the impact. Life's hardships, whether it's a personal loss, a health crisis, or a financial setback, are inevitable. But that doesn't mean we can't prepare for them. Just as we track weather patterns or secure our homes before a storm, we can fortify our minds and spirits ahead of life's storms. In the book of John, chapter 16, verse 33, Jesus reminds us that while we will face tribulations, we should be of good cheer because he has overcome the world. This verse is a powerful reminder that we are not alone in our struggles. It teaches us to cultivate a mindset of peace and resilience. Tribulation is a natural part of our life, but we can find peace knowing that Christ is with us. Remember the story where Jesus was in the boat with his disciples during a storm? A fierce squall arose, waves breaking over the boat, threatening to swamp it. And where was Jesus? Asleep on a cushion at the stern, seemingly oblivious to the danger. The disciples woke him, their fear evident in their voices. "Master, don't you care if we drown?" And what does Jesus do? He rebukes the wind and commands the sea, "Peace, be still." And just like that, the wind ceases and there is a great calm. And Jesus, turning to his disciples, questions their fear and their faith. This story serves as a vivid reminder of the peace and strength we can find in Christ, even when we are in the midst of life's biggest storms. For in our darkest moments we are never alone. God is in us. He gives us strength and peace during difficult times. Remember, Jesus has overcome the world, and with him, so can we. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.